Hi guys, Scott Woodward with you, and welcome to round 23, and we're going to talk about the two Friday night games on this particular video. Quite a few things are happening today being Wednesday, and not a lot of point in doing the video on those games. So we'll just do the Friday night. Both games are significant. First game up is the Panthers versus West Tigers, played at Centrebet Stadium in Penrith. The Panthers are 8 from 20 and West Tigers are 11 from 20. And look, both teams are in pretty good form. Unfortunately, the Panthers have suffered poorly from injuries. But look, the good thing about this game is that something that I've been hanging out for a long while is to see the very exciting Michael Jennings play fullback for Penrith. Unfortunately, a lot of his teammates are out injured, so we're not going to see him at his best probably, and I don't expect we'll see the Panthers at their best either. There should be an easy kill for the Tigers if they're going to be fair dinkum in this competition. They're just about full strength. They've probably got two starting players out of their team, but they've covered for them very well, where the Panthers have got injuries all over the place. But based on their selections, they're certainly going all out to score points. They're certainly not a defensive team. With Michael Jennings at fullback, and they've brought in Junior Faifai into the centres. Harry Seeker comes in, so they have a fair dinkum 5'8" this week. And if it combined with his halfback Luke Wallace, there's a potential there for the Panthers actually to score quite a few points. Significant that they've started with Segeyaro at hooker this week in place of Kingston. So there's no question that they want to set up a lead in the first 20 minutes, and the Tigers will really have to try and stem that if they don't want to stop a surprise win here. But look, the Tigers have done very well. They look like they're going to finish 8th. And they've moved into 6th position now, and that's where they look like they'll finish. I have the Tigers finishing on 34 points and finishing 6th. Monumental difference between finishing 6th and finishing 7th and 8th. It means that 7th and 8th can get beat in the first week of the semi-finals, and if you finish 6th and you get beat, you're still alive. You have another crack, and that's what Wests have been able to do in these last few weeks. So they're in good form. They need to maintain that by winning this game. The Panthers are obviously gone for the year. They look like they'll finish 12th at this stage on 20 points. But, you know, look, they have a new coach for next year, a new general manager, and there's a light in the tunnel for the Panthers for next year. But as far as this game is concerned, I do think it'll be a highly entertaining game. Really interested to see the form of West Tigers. Now, what's happened here is Mitch Brown will come in and play centre. And, look, he's a very, very capable player, and while he normally wouldn't be in the starting side, I don't think he'll let them down. I have a concern moving forward with West Tigers. I've been disappointed with Tim Molson at fullback, and Wade Graham yet again has been selected on the bench, and he may replace him in the last 20 minutes or so, as he has done recently. But to be honest, I've been disappointed with Wade Graham as well. So fullback is a major problem for West Tigers moving forward. It's such a key position in modern day football, and you can't afford to be having guys that aren't chiming in, taking the ball, dropping bombs, and obviously missing tackles that they should be missing. And that's what's happening at the Tigers at the moment. And while I think they'll win this game, I have a big red flag on them moving forward. But if they put it all together with their two star players, as we say every week, Robbie Farah and Benji Marshall, they're certainly capable of beating any team. And they've been relying heavily on those two guys in recent weeks, and they've been certainly putting their hands up and delivering the goods for them. Both world-class, fantastic players. Look, we're moving to our other game on Friday night, which is the most important game. And this game is significant insofar as the loser will be leapfrogged probably by St George and drop out of the top 4. And that's really, really important, because it means that you won't get a home game in your semi-final. And if it happens to be the Cowboys getting beat, they'll probably have to come down to either Sydney or go down to Brisbane and play. And the Broncos would have to go up to North Queensland, or they'd have to come down to Sydney and play St George. Either scenario is not a good scenario. So this is a very important win here. You don't want to be leapfrogged by St George here. Right at the moment, I have the Cowboys and the Broncos finishing on the same amount of points. I have them both finishing on 36 points at the moment. That's providing the Broncos win. I think both teams will finish on 36 points. So the Cowboys can do something about that, and they can beat the Cowboys here. They can beat the Broncos here and actually knock them out of the top 4 position. That's how important it is. Both finishing on 36 points. They'll either finish 3rd, 4th or 5th. these two teams. Now, while the record suggests that the Broncos go fantastic up at Dairy Farmers Stadium, they've played 16 games there and the Broncos have won 13 of them. It's a monumental record away, certainly one of the best away records in rugby league. But what is significant as far as I'm concerned for this game, this is the first time that the Cowboys have ever had their best team on the field at any one time. And I'd go far as to say that this is arguably the best North Queensland Cowboys team that has ever been assembled at any one time in the history of the club. And that's a big statement considering that they went awful last week and got hammered last week. But they get their two best players back this week. They also get their left winger back who will give them a little bit of strength and a little bit of speed. But to have the best prop in the world, Matthew Scott, come back in your side and have the best player, Johnathan Thurston, come back in the side and importantly call the shots. There was no talking last week and you'll find that the Cowboys will be much better organised. They'll have much better go forward and playing in front of their home crowd for such a key game. I really don't think that there's going to be a lot in this game and I have a lot of trouble separating them. I certainly couldn't be giving a big start away to be on the Broncos. Record suggests that the Broncos will be winning this game. The Cowboys are 13 from 20. The Broncos are 14 from 20. Both teams have done terrifically well and represented Queensland very well this year, and they certainly will be making a presence in the semi-finals. But I'm a monumental fan of Johnathan Thurston, and I've been waiting all year for him to get back and play with this back line. Over the years, the Cowboys have always had a reasonable forward pack and they've always struggled with a class back line. But he gets all of his good players back here all at the one time. To have Bowen there, who's probably been the form fullback in the competition for mine this year, he's been outstanding. To have him there and take a little bit of pressure off him. Ashley Graham's hit-up rate has been fantastic this year. Brent Tate, of course, is a world-class fullback and he should be just about reaching his peak about now. He's yet to play with Johnathan Thurston in the Cowboys. Willie Tonga is a former Australian centre and also showing good form. And we just talked about Kalifa coming back into the side, and he's also in good form. Ray Thompson did a terrific job while Johnathan Thurston was away, and he'll go back into his second receiver position and let Johnathan call the shots at number 7. So, like, with such a good team, and we've talked about their forward pack, it's fantastic, led by Matthew Scott, and it's got one of the best benches in the competition with Segeyaro off the bench, Glenn Hall, Scott Bolton, Ashton Sims and Cory Paterson. That's the guys I have to choose from off the bench. It's a fantastic side, and I really think that if they get beat, they won't get beat by very far in this competition. The Broncos will be starting this week with Josh Maguire. They've also brought the very promising David Haller onto the bench. I have a big opinion of him. I think he's got a good future. I think he'll be with the Broncos for many, many years. He's very young, but he certainly knows how to hit the line, and I think he could be making a presence for them in the semi-finals. Matt Gillett, once again, we talk about him often. He's just a marvellous player, and the fact that he's still off the bench will give you an idea how well that the Broncos are travelling. I think I think Matt Gillett will not be out of place playing for Australia. Be interesting to see if he's a wild card, because he can play in the backs and he can play in the forwards, and what a wonderful asset to have for a player to come off the bench. He's just a very, very good player. Wonderful game this. At the odds that are on offer, I'd be happy to take the plus start, the Cowboys, but it could certainly go either way, and I certainly can't wait till Friday night and watch this game. Look for the other videotape on the other games. We need to get some more information so I can give you some updated information, but Friday night football looks fantastic. I hope you enjoy it. Cheers.